In this jar, you get a little sweet, a little heat, and a little tangy. If you want to learn how to make cowboy candy, come on and we'll show you how to make it. Let's get started. That's going to make some good cowboy candy. Y'all look how pretty my peppers are this year. It was hot down here in the south, but our peppers made it through it. These jalapenos are the prettiest ones I've had so far. And we're going to be using them today in a recipe. Let's get in the kitchen and start cooking. Turn red. Oh, look at there. Today we're going to be making some cowboy candy. So if y'all like jalapeno peppers, sweet and tangy, you need to try this homemade cowboy candy. Okay, what you'll do first is cut them in half, and I de-seed mine. You don't have to, but they will be more hot if you don't take the seeds out. Look at the color of these. They're so dark green and pretty. They're so much prettier than store-bought jalapeno peppers. And when doing this recipe, messing with these hot peppers, I would wear gloves. I do, just to try not to get it on my hand as bad. There's different ways you can do this. You can chop them up with a knife in just little bitty dices, but that takes a good long time. So today I'm going to use my miniature food processor. But this is how you dice them up if you want to cut them up with a knife, just in little dices. But we're just going to go ahead and use this mini food processor, and look how pretty. It does a great job. This cowboy candy would make great little Christmas presents in a 4-ounce jar. You could put a bow on it and add it to a basket, and it would make a great little Christmas gift. To make cowboy candy, you could use even sweet peppers, bell peppers, or even some other kind of hot pepper. What we're going to do first is I'm going to fill my jalapeno peppers up with water, and I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar and let them sit for around 10 minutes. And that'll help take some of the heat out, because these fresh homegrown jalapeno peppers are very, very hot. And now I just let them set for around 10 minutes. And now we're going to strain them from where we soaked them in the vinegar for around 10 to 15 minutes. Now you don't have to do this step if you don't mind the real hot, but I don't want mine so hot that I cannot eat them. So I do that just to get some of the heat out of the jalapeno peppers with the vinegar. Okay, to start with, what you'll do is just start bringing your pot on a medium heat. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add, for this little small batch, we're going to do 1.5 cups of vinegar. And I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. And if you wanted to, you could actually do this, and you could do just the vinegar and the sugar. But adding the other spices gives it more flavor. But if you wanted to just pickle your jalapeno peppers, you could do the vinegar and sugar only. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of the white vinegar also. just to make sure I've got enough liquid. And now we're going to add our sugar. And now to the vinegar, just add your sugar and let it start dissolving. And now we're just going to let our sugar and our vinegar start heating up and let that sugar dissolve. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of this molasses. And now for the seasonings, I'm going to add garlic and some turmeric and a pinch of cayenne pepper. Now you could add dried mustard, you could add celery seeds, you could add mustard seeds, whatever you choose to add. This is where you can play with the flavors on this. What you like is what you add. But we're going to add just a pinch of turmeric and a tiny pinch of cayenne pepper, not much at all for this small batch. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. And you can add whole cloves of garlic or minced garlic. But today we're just going to stick to the garlic powder. And give that a mix and let all that dissolve. We've got a recipe on how we made Cowboy Candy pickled eggs. I'll link it down below. Okay, now that we've got everything dissolved, I'm going to go ahead now and add my jalapeno peppers to it. And you can do this with any kind of peppers. Even if you have some bell peppers you want to add, you could add some of that. And now we're just going to bring this to a boil, and I'm going to let these peppers simmer in this sauce for around 10 to 15 minutes. Now this right here would be good at Christmas, to take a block of cream cheese and set it out and let it get room temperature, and then take these little jars and pour over the top and serve it with some crackers. That would be so good. But it's good on beans, it's good on turnip greens. If y'all hadn't ever tried Cowboy Candy, you need to give it a try. Here in the South, we love to make homemade Cowboy. This right here is the same as Chow Chow. If you like that on your black eyed peas, you would love the Cowboy Candy. When you're making Cowboy Candy, I chop mine up real fine. You can either leave it whole, and you can even slice them. But to put it in recipes or in a dish, we'd rather have it already chopped up, so that just makes it easier to go ahead now and do it, so you don't have to do it like if you're wanting to just put it in a recipe or something. Because when we have our whole ones put up, I have had to just sit there and chop them up after they're canned. And it's harder to chop them up once you can them. It's easier to do it ahead of time. Okay, we've got them done, so now I'm going to go ahead and put them in my jar. And I'm going to use a spoon with the little holes in it right now to drain it out. And then I'll just pour my juice in it after I get my peppers in it. Now this right here is probably just enough to fill this jar. It's just a small batch. But if you're wanting to can it, just double your recipe or triple. And then you would cook it the same exact way and then process them in a water bath canner for 15 minutes. But this right here is going to fill this pint jar up perfectly. And what I'll do, instead of canning it, I'm just going to go ahead and get it in the refrigerator. And we'll use it. Move it over here so y'all can see. I need better light on that side. See, I about got them all out. Don't hardly have any more left in here. But that's what they look like. And now we'll just put us some of the juice in there of our brine that we made. And this brine right here, do not throw it away because you can use it for other stuff. You could even let it cool and add you some eggs and make some pickled eggs with your leftover brine. Just put it in a jar and save it till you get a few vegetables and throw it in there. I'm not canning this, but I'm still going to take this and just get the bubbles out of it, just so I can make sure I've got enough brine in my peppers. Yep. And like I said, if I was going to can this, I would can it in a water bath canner for 15 minutes. But that right there is homemade cowboy candy. If you had a bowl of black-eyed peas and cornbread, that would be so good, y'all. I hope y'all give this a try. And if you do, don't forget to let us know in the comments. Okay, y'all, that's our video on how to make cowboy candy. If you like our video, thanks for watching. And like always, share and comment down below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. That's letting the YouTube algorithm know that y'all are liking some of our videos. And it's helping our channel grow. Thanks for watching. Oh, that is so good, y'all. You need to give it a try.